Well, it's just so fun to celebrate with everyone and just this awesome day celebrating two people that are just full of love. And as a sister of Davis and two sisters of Davis, word to the wise, he's hard to live with, but I'm sure you'll do great. But you're also getting the beautiful things about him.
We've been waiting on another man in the family for a long time. And when you showed up, dude, I remember when you were coming to visit, and it was just like, all right, here we go. And Shane kind of pulled me aside. I was like, all right, we're not going to go easy on him, this kid. So he came, and he was from out west. So God knows what he's bringing from out west. And we were talking all that. But Davis came, and you really do, like, you know a man that's marked with the presence of God. And it did not take any time to hang out with Davis and know that this is a man of God, a man that walks with the Lord. It's all over you, dude. Don't even try. You just smell like it.
My name is Ryan, and I am the best man. The only reason Davis asked me to be his best man is because the Chick-fil-A cow had to work this week. So, surprisingly, I've only known Davis for about 5 years, but Davis is really good at soaking up intentional time with friends. He's a man who knows no fear, no hesitation, or no defeat. There are a ton of other examples of Davis embracing the no fear mindset, including the one time he went on a date with some girl during a boys' ski trip. To be honest, I was a little hurt he ditched me because he's the only one worse than me at skiing. But that date happened to be with Savanna, so I'll let that slide. When I met Savanna, I just noticed how excited and buzzy Davis was just to be around her, and I can see why.
I remember when you first brought Davis and he asked me, he said, what was the one thing I really loved about you? And it's that loyalty that you have, because you love with your whole heart, and I love that about you.
You're my best friend, and even though you moved away a couple years ago, it doesn't change the way that I feel about you. And I'm so thankful you did too, because you met Davis, and I just love you, and I just don't have a lot of words to describe that.
The thing that really comes to mind when I first think of Savanna is Romans 12. She always talks about living in harmony with people and just loving people well, and I haven't met anybody that loves people as hard as Savanna does. Her loyalty and her steadfastness towards the people that she chooses is drastically different than the world. It's drastically different than anything I've ever experienced, and it is just such a picture of Jesus Christ in her.
Shall we do this thing?
Let's do it. I'm just so grateful that you found Davis, because it's such a blessing to who you are as a woman. And you want someone to take the reins, and you want someone that you can follow. And you want someone to cook sourdough for. You want someone that you can put chickens in the backyard and you can trust him where he's at.
I will never forget our first roommate dinner. Savanna stood up on this chair and pointed at me and goes, "Never settle." And I will tell you right now, Davis, she is not settling for anything. You are exactly what she needed.
The loyalty, that side of you that everybody has spoken about, it's so true. And so Davis, you're a lucky man. She's loyal.
All right, Savanna, it's not all about you right now. So I'm sorry, but I've known Davis for at least 25 years, since T-ball, soccer, I don't know. Davis has always been one guy who's always there for his friends, so it's really interesting to hear your guys' first date. He stood up his friends for you. Like homecoming night, I remember he somehow won out of pity, I don't know. And he was driving Bill's beautiful Mustang, and everyone from our class was gonna go over to their house after homecoming. So Davis was allowed to drive the Mustang around with the homecoming queen, like just cruise around town for a little bit. Next thing I know, Bill grabs me and takes me out to the truck, and he doesn't say a word. And then when we get out where Davis was, there wasn't a homecoming queen anymore. He had filled the car with some of our buddies. So apparently he left the game, dropped her off at home, went and picked them up first. So hearing that he ditched his friends for you tells me that he must be really special.
I'm Terry Lynn, Davis's mom, and it was my brainchild to name him Davis William James because I thought that would build a lot of character, the kid with 3 first names. And I think it did. Yeah, mission accomplished.
Davis has been one of my truest friends for my whole life. The one thing Davis has always been about is like making people feel so special and so known. And then when I met you, Savanna, like we just knew. He called me right after he left your folks' house and he was like, Malia, they're just the best.
Savanna, every time you see this ring, remember who it came from and what it represents.
It's a symbol of God's perfect love that never ends. Second only to God, you are my first priority.
I will always love, honor, and protect you. I am yours.
Davis, I am yours.
It is my privilege and honor to introduce to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Davis James.
My husband now.
I know, you're my wife. Ah!
Thank you for loving her.
Duh. I'll never stop.
Not too long ago, Davis and I were talking about girls and choosing. I said, Davis, I said, don't pick a sassy one like your mother. You go for the sweet one, the real sweet one. I know, that's what I thought. He's never listens to me. So I asked him what, before he said he was in love with Savanna, what he liked about her. And he's just like, Mom, she's so sweet, so genuine, so caring. And yes, you are. I couldn't be any happier.
I am the first man to marry into the Swords family, so I've paved, it's been a long way of trailblazing. So welcome. Yeah, you wait. No, seriously, I really just wanted to take a minute and just testify to the goodness and the faithfulness of the Lord. Because seriously, if you just pause and look out the window and the family around the table and the stories that you're hearing, you don't get this without the Lord. And that's just the truth.
Number 624, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you. May he be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you. And this is where I'm going to go off. Do you know when you're talking with someone next to you and you're looking out and they turn their face towards you? When God turns his head towards you and he sees you for who you are as a couple, may that bring you peace. Because when he sees you for who you are and says, you're mine and I'm yours, he will do amazing things, and I hope that brings you peace.